let's talk about some players who might not belong on this team.
Okay.
What we saw in this game was a team that lacks depth. Like, this team used to have great depth. When they went to the Super Bowl, Raheem Mostert was the backup running back. Like, they had crazy depth.
Remarkable depth.
Now a lot of those guys are gone, and they're counting on young projects who haven't really done it ever. Let's start in the offensive line, the backup left tackle, Jalen Moore. What do you see from him?
Nothing. Jalen played below par. And what I saw from Jalen is that Jalen played with a weak base. He got moved at the point of attack. He didn't finish tackles at one time. Jalen looked a little confused on protections. And I didn't see him play with a lot of fight. He looked unprepared. He didn't look like he played with any urgency. And with the exception of about 2 to 3 offensive linemen that I saw play in that game on our side, that was pretty much carbon copy down the line. Jason Poe, I'm not going to do to Jason Poe what people did to Trey Lance. Sure. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
But Jason Poe is a fringe professional football player. And he, for some reason, makes it on our team.
Right.
The performance from Jason Poe was downright putrid. I didn't see anything. Missing blocks, getting moved off the point of attack, lazy hands, bad pad level. Again, multiple reps where he seemed confused. Not moving people off the line of scrimmage. Nick Zakel, again, airborne. There was one play where Trey literally had to step over Nick to get out of the pocket while he was on the ground. And really, the mark of offensive line, the trenches is a pride position, right? You can't hide in the trenches, right? You're literally getting contact every play. And something that kind of just stuck out to me is, usually when you're getting physically dominated, right, and you're getting your ass kicked, what happens in any sport? When a team is getting their ass kicked, what happens? A fight breaks out, things get chippy, because your pride is tested as a man.
Right. Look what happened in the NFC Championship game. Right? Trent Williams body slammed a guy because they couldn't really compete the way they wanted to.
Because they couldn't compete the way they wanted to.
Yeah.
And how many holding calls did we have?
Where was the extra effort penalty? What are
we doing? That offensive line performance was god-awful. And there were a lot of bright spots. Il Manning was a bright spot. Il Manning is a player. I like what he did. Joey Fisher did well too. So it ain't all bad, but if we're going to talk about, it's just ironic that we have all of these, experts who can say that a kid doesn't even belong in the league, let alone on his own team. But we couldn't even get a look at times. Get a look.
Yeah.
Right? Stand in the way long enough for us to get this playoff.
Yeah.
Give us a look.
So,
for me, let's go to the starters. There's conflicting reports about what's been going on in one-on-ones. Spencer Burford was said to be winning a rep, and then somebody reported at the same time on Twitter he lost that rep. Trent was losing reps in the Raiders one-on-ones. I just heard that Robert Beal, our undrafted guy, just beat Trent in one-on-one.
Fifth round pick.
Just beat Trent for a sack. And Nick's not here. So who's getting Trent better?
Yeah. True. Nobody.
So iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
I used to love having these conversations when I really believed in our trenches.
Yeah.
But from what I've seen thus far on both sides of the ball in the trenches, we got issues. We have issues.
And what's really interesting is we're focused on the quarterback room. 95% of the offseason discussion coverage has been focused on the quarterback room. But, you know, Brock Purdy's an NFL quarterback, and people can say whatever they want about Trey Lance. If the Niners released him today, a team would sign him. He would be on a team. And like, I don't know about Sam Darnold. Maybe he may or may not go to another team. I feel like Brandon Allen probably would. Those are probably NFL players. But you look at the 49ers offensive line, when you get past the 5 starters, they have nothing but players who are like
projects. All projects.
They might if you cut Jalen Moore today, I think he would clear waivers. If you cut Nick Zakelj, I think he would clear waivers. Like
Jason
these are
Poe.
guys, and when I say they could clear waivers, that means the Niners could waive them and put them on their practice squad if they wanted to. These are practice squad guys. Jason Poe, practice squad. Matt Pryor probably just should retire at this point.
I mean, and another thing that I wanted to bring up is we know that by proxy, our offensive line is not the norm. We draft lighter guys, smaller guys because we lean on athleticism more than we lean on strength and size. And for what that is, we get fringe athletes and fringe players that start for us. Okay? So I'm here to tell you that our twos are not real twos in the NFL.
Mm-mm.
Our second string offensive line is not a real second string offensive line in the NFL based off of what we do with our ones. So
exactly. So you call it, they say it's a second string offensive line, but essentially it's a third string offensive line with a bunch of practice squad players. And then they're going against real second string defensive linemen getting smacked. And then it evens out as the game goes along because the difference between the Niners' second string offensive line and third string offensive line is nothing. Actually, the Niners' best backup offensive lineman is their third string left tackle, undrafted free agent rookie, Il Manning.
Il Manning.
Tell me what you see at Il Manning.
He plays outside of his frame. He's a compact guy. He's not as big, but what I do like is I love his hands. He's got very active hands. He posts and get players off of him. He's got a really good base and anchors when he gets a body into him. He doesn't catch blockers as much as Stonewalls. He's got very good feet and he's nasty. He's aggressive and he finishes plays. One of the things that I saw from Ilm is that Ilm was finishing a lot of his blocks. And he's in very good shape. I like the way he's built in his pads. Il Manning is somebody that I feel could be a swing tackle for us. I like what Il Manning brings to the table, and especially with 60 plus starts at the position. So I like what Il Manning did against Las Vegas.
I mean, the fact that he can actually hold his own at left, actually better than hold his own at left tackle in any part of a preseason game at that frame is extremely impressive. And you wonder, like, well, what would he look like at guard? Could he play center? Like, could he be like really, really, really good center? I don't know. But it seems like that's a worthwhile project.
I thought that Ilm was going to be a center prospect for us. But I think maybe just out of necessity that, hey, it's like, hey, we're thin. We know you can do it. Let's see how it works in the NFL. Let's see how it works on this level. It would be malpractice for us not to at least see what you look like at left tackle in the NFL, being as though you played so much at it. So I like the experiment. I don't think that he'll stay there, but if he does, I'm pulling for him. I like what he gave us. He looked like a pro player.